Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome again to the 2017 Little League World Series here in South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. From the Williamsport Sun-Gazette, I'm Mitch, Rupert, standing alongside the one and only, thank God, the one and only Dr. Chris Masse. Chris, how you doing today?
Broke the mold. I'm doing great.
Hopefully they threw that mold out.
Like Marv Levy said, where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Lots of stuff to talk about here from day 3 of the Little League World Series. On day 1, we had a bunch of tight contests. Friday's games, not so much. Lots of blowouts. So we had a no-hitter, or a perfect game, from the North Carolina team. California nearly had a no-hitter, came within 1 out of a no-hitter. And just generally, Masse, some blowout scores yesterday. So it begs the question, did we just see the best teams in action yesterday, or did we see maybe some mismatches in the schedule?
I would lean more towards mismatches because I still like Texas a lot. I still think they're one of the front runners. And don't sleep on Connecticut, who's playing Texas tomorrow. But I thought coming into both games, North Carolina and California were heavy favorites. I thought South Dakota throwing Marcus Phillips gave them a puncher's chance. But I just think those two teams were that much better. And that's not taken away from Washington and South Dakota, who've had great seasons. And who I think the California game, you take away the Grand Slam, and it's a 1-0 game through 4 innings or so. And South Dakota really had one bad inning against North Carolina. So I don't think they came out and poorly represented themselves or anything like that. I just think there was a little bit of a gap between the teams that played yesterday.
South Korea hit some titanic home runs yesterday in their win. Japan just kind of does what Japan does. Good to see them back on track. But I thought the big story of the day, Masse, that last game last night, North Carolina, combined perfect game. Chase Anderson, Matthew Mateus, and Carson Hardy. Carson Hardy may have had the toughest job. He came in for one batter to finish off the perfect game and got it done.
As I said on Twitter, no pressure, kid. Just you're trying to protect a perfect game there. But he did it twice, actually, because he made the play of the night at shortstop when he dove and got a line drive in the 5th inning there, and then he comes in and gets the strikeout to end it. He said after the game he was a little nervous, and boy, that's understandable. But
I can't imagine why. National TV, perfect game on the line, Little League World Series. No big deal.
Those guys put on a pitching clinic. It was all 3 of them, first pitch strikes, just pounding the strike zone, moving the ball, spotting it. It was. I think if you're a fan of good pitching, you loved what you saw in that game.
Other things that went on yesterday, 4 losing teams in yesterday's games, Masse, combined for 5 hits. Now, there was only 1 on the U.S. side because we mentioned the perfect game and the 1-hitter from California. That's just total pitching dominance. We see that here at the Little League World Series, and in the first round, these teams are primarily using their aces out there. Is it kind of to be expected that we have a day like that?
Yeah, I mean, and traditionally California's almost always got a dominant number 1. We saw that with Bobby Gray yesterday. Southeast is the same way, although Southeast uses a lot of different guys. They've been doing it all season, and it's been working out for them. But yeah, it's not shocking that you're seeing some teams just have some pitchers go out there and blow in the doors.
Here on day 3, Saturday, elimination games today, 4 elimination games. Somehow, New Jersey and Michigan should be a great game today at 3 o'clock. But let's look ahead to tomorrow, to Sunday's games. They'll be played early in the day because of the Little League Classic being played over at Bowman Field between the Pirates and the Cardinals. South Korea versus Japan in a second-round game. I mean, that's an international final kind of game over there. That's a huge game.
Yeah, and I won't be. I mean, nobody's going to be shocked if whoever loses that game comes back and plays the winner next Saturday in the final. But whoever wins has the huge advantage of saving your pitching, going right to Wednesday. The loser's going to have to win 2 more games to get back to that game. But man, that's going to be fun to watch. Japan is itching to make a statement after going 0-2 last year. They got off to a good start. That's going to be a fun game to watch. That's probably the game of the day overall.
The other matchups we'll have tomorrow in the winners bracket games, Connecticut will take on Texas, North Carolina versus California. Sneaky good game, I think, there.
And that's a great game.
Canada will open the day against Venezuela. I think that's a sneaky good game, too, even though Canada used their ace to beat Italy on the first day. Let's talk about that North Carolina-California game. We saw the dominant pitching efforts. North Carolina was able to save some of their pitching to come back. Do they have enough pitching to knock off California?
Well, they'll try to do what they did the other night. I'm assuming Chase Anderson's going to start again, and they've got Matthew Mateus, who has the best stuff on the team. He's probably their most dominant pitcher. He's eligible. Everybody's eligible. So, as Brian Fields, their manager, said, we're not going to change anything. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. So they couldn't ask to be in a better position than they're going in. But California's really good, so maybe it won't matter. But I think that's going to be a fantastic game. I think that's a coin toss game. It's going to be close and fun.
Sunday doesn't strike me as a day where we're going to see as many homers as we saw through the first 2 days of this tournament. Better pitching, better matchups, and we won't see, like South Korea had a kid yesterday at Volunteer Stadium hit one over the wall. Then there's the second fence. Then there's the third fence, about 60 feet behind the wall that he hit it over that. So I don't know that we're going to see some of that, but who knows here at the Little League World Series. If you come down here to Lamade Stadium, we found the fast run on Lamade Hill. I posted the video on Twitter. Come check it out because that looks pretty fun. Masse, you're going to take a run at that, right?
Oh, I could beat him. I don't want to get dirty because I got to be here all day, but I'm pretty confident that I can take him.
And he will trash talk the kids, too.
I will.
Especially his daughter. If Katie's here, absolutely.
They've got to learn, I tell you. You toughen them up. It's tough love. And that motivates them. That's what I do. I try to prepare kids for the future.
How old are you?
I'm 41.
Just want to point that out. That's going to do it for us here from day 3 of the Little League World Series in South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Read all of Chris's stories, all of Ben Burgandy's stories. We got special stories in Sunday's paper regarding the Little League Classic. John Girardi wrote about Randall Pritchett, who played here in the World Series. Do you remember what year?
2003 and 2004.
He was here twice, yeah.
Twice, and he put on a show both times.
And he'll be here Sunday over at the Little League Classic at Bowman Field. Check out John Girardi's stories. Read all those at Sun-Gazette.com. Follow us on Twitter. From the Williamsport Sun-Gazette, I'm Mitch Rupert. He's at Dr. Chris Masse. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one, everyone.